Let's head to the video store and grab a game for the weekend. We have the box art and description to guide us when we're choosing what game to rent. So grab your rental card because this is the Warp Pipe Rental.
What game you rent for the weekend?
Nice. So yeah, we hit the rental store for a movie this week. Yeah, 2 weeks to watch it. We put it up and it's Double Dragon. The movie came out in the 90s. Power, justice, darkness, light. Two halves of an ancient puzzle are the only hope. Double Dragon. And it was free on YouTube. If you didn't have a copy of this, you could just watch it free on YouTube. And it's certainly it was a movie. We'll get into it here.
It exists.
It exists as a movie.
It is, yeah.
I forgot that Alyssa Milano was in it.
I will say I was very surprised at a lot of the cameos in it. With like they had Andy Dick was like randomly in it, like as a newscaster. Vanna White was in it.
Right.
I was like, okay.
Yeah. I didn't remember that.
Someone had to pull out some favors, I guess. Like, hey, we're doing this.
Right.
Yeah. And then the guy who plays the villain is basically, in my opinion, like a Temu version of Edward Norton.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Because I don't.
He's like the off-brand Edward Norton.
Has this guy done any other movies, David? Do you know? Or
he looks familiar,
but he looks.
While you guys
like
talk
Edward
about
Norton.
it, I'll check it out.
Okay. You got any thoughts, Keith? You want me to jump into it?
No, we can. I don't know what to say about this movie. I mean, it's not the Mario Brothers movie from back then, but it's interesting.
I do feel like there is similarities, I feel like, with them, how they went about this, because both are like this, well, at least when in Mario, when they go into Dinotopia or whatever, it's this weird like Mad Max looking thing. And in Double Dragon, you're in this future, it's new LA instead of, new Los Angeles or
New Los Angeles.
Wait a minute.
It is Edward Norton.
Wait, we're talking about Kogashuko, right?
Yeah.
Is that the main villain?
It's Robert Patrick.
Who's that in? See, I don't know. You tell us.
That's the Terminator.
No.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Yeah.
That's the T-1000.
Yeah.
Well, you got to start somewhere.
Well, I guess back then he was he just reminded me of Edward Norton. So now I think maybe now it's the other way around.
It's such a weird character too, right?
I think now Edward Norton is the Temu version of Edward Norton.
Yeah.
Wow. So yeah, I didn't recognize him because he had the goatee, right? Like in the movie, and like
goatee and white hair.
Wow.
Like that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go.
I wouldn't know.
I know?
Just thinking about it now and trying to put those two faces together from the character he played in this one.
Right.
Yeah.
The character he plays in Terminator. Like that's wow. Yeah.
I'll say this about the movie. I was watching it and I feel like this movie could have been over in 40 minutes.
Okay.
Because they have like a big battle with him the first 40 minutes of the movie.
Yeah. When he shows up at the house or whatever.
Yeah, and then it's just like, okay, this could have been I was like, wait, how are we only 40 minutes in and all of this stuff is already happening? Like, what are they possibly going to do after that?
Right. They took so long to get to the point that the characters of like the Double Dragons actually used any sort of powers or even had really any semblance of being able to even do any martial arts.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like until the very last scenes, like you're like, oh yeah, I could punch and kick too. Like these guys are these masters, and they didn't really show us that.
They do have the tournaments that they fight in at the beginning. Right. And then there's that one scene. Now, what's the deal with having the Double Dragon arcade cabinet in the Double Dragon movie where they talk about the Double Dragon? What's that about?
Just product placement, I guess. I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So the game's already within the movie.
Yeah.
You know what I thought was super funny is when there's a scene where they're in like, I don't know if it's a junkyard or something, and they start getting like ambushed and then there's this big like fight scene with so many people.
Okay.
But if you look at the characters that are like on top of the cars and like in the background, it reminded me of, I was really watching them to see like, I'm like, why aren't they just diving in and fighting and like just demolishing?
Right. They're the hype men, right?
Yeah.
Like Street Fighter.
Billy and Jimmy at the same time. Like, why aren't they just attacking them? But they're literally like cheering, but it looked like straight out of a video game when you get those background characters.
Right. Like
and they're just like this doing the same thing
over and over.
If you watch the movie, that's what they're doing. They're not like interacting with one another or anything. They're literally doing the same
move over and over.
Yeah, over and over. So it looks like they're just these like characters in the background.
Could be a creative choice to mimic
and
that.
it looked like a video game. Yes.
Yeah.
So if you watch it back, if anyone dares watch this movie back, make sure you go and watch that scene again.
There was
and a Bobo kind of like was like, what is that?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you guys. Like, he started out as this like mohawk, kind of dumb gang person, and then I guess he didn't get the other half of the medallion. So when he goes back to the main guy, he's like, all right, I'm gonna put you in this machine and make a mutant out of you. And then when he comes in, I'm like, I mean, yeah, kinda like, I mean, in the game he's jacked and he's got a bald head or whatever. And this, he
looked
ropes
weird,
coming out the back of his neck and like, very bulky. And I was like, okay. I mean, props that it is a suit, right? There's someone in it. It's not CGI with that.
Right.
Because you could clearly tell the other computer graphics in the movie where they're they like bring up these profiles of when Bobo comes up with the truck, they could bring up a profile of him and it shows like his name and it's like, oh, they're this gang and it's going to cost us $50 to get out of here. And then they bring up Billy Lee and Jimmy, and that's all like really primitive graphics.
Yeah, I'm looking up because I believe that guy was also in Weird Science.
You know, while you're looking up people, his little skinny sidekick.
Yes,
isn't that's like some. I want to say who was that. I'm trying to think of the actor's name now. That was in a bunch of the movies. Like I want to say Jesse Eisenberg. Was that him? Maybe?
No, Jesse Eisenberg.
Let me see. Maybe I could bring it up and see what it looks like. Double Dragon movie.
Are you talking about the one that was the Mohawk guy?
Not Bobo, but like the skinny other guy next to him. His partner.
When they chase him down the alley or whatever, he's the one that's in the truck with.
Yes.
Well, there's a character. There's a character called Smartass Mohawk. Maybe that's him.
I wish there was pictures on. Oh, maybe I gotta go IMDb.
If that's him, it doesn't seem like he was in anything that we know of.
Okay. Maybe
unless you used to watch One Tree Hill.
It's interesting that this movie is so not really worth talking about. But
it's worth talking about.
We're looking at the actors to see what other movies they've been in, as opposed to being like, oh, in the movie this happened, and then this happened in the movie. And oh, remember when they did this? No, we're like, what other movie was that guy in? That's how not super memorable this movie is for being Double Dragon. That's something that we were all.
Well, also too, we didn't even mention it has Alyssa Milano in it, right?
Yeah, right.
Which she's
got the short hair,
short blonde hair.
Yeah,
almost kind of remind me of Hackers with Angelina Jolie.
I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking like this movie takes place in 2007.
Okay,
and it was so like the futuristic, like with all the vehicles and everything like that was in the movie.
Everything
like it was just
it was Mad Max like, and
it was very Mad Max
thing, right?
Yeah. And I was like, that's what life was like in 2007, huh? That's what the future was supposed to be.
Crazy.
That's if Y2K actually happened.
That's if the big earthquake happened. The San Andreas, the big, like The Rock wasn't able to save it in the movie.
Or if Biff took over.
Back to the yeah, absolutely. If Biff took over,
not too bad.
What?
I mean, I guess could they have done better? I don't know because this as we'll get into with our topic later on, like how many video game movies did they had to go off of, I guess, and get a good plot. I feel like a lot of them had a rough start converting these games to movies.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe seeing this as a kid, there's some good action scenes and fight scenes. I mean, that's what you're there for. You're not really there for the story, right? You're there for the fighting as a kid.
I mean, I wouldn't call them good.
But like he said, they should have gotten their powers and turned in at least wearing their suits earlier on in the movie.
Yeah.
So
it was like the last 10 minutes of the movie. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I think they just took too long to get there. Where at least with Mario Brothers, I feel like even them in their plumber regular clothes, not the red and green, you still were like, okay, we're in the Mario world and there's enough stuff to ground it. Whereas with Double Dragon, you're like, I kind of want to see him set up more.
There's just too much conflict throughout the whole movie without any real resolution until, like you said, like the last 10 minutes, and all of a sudden they're like, oh, we can use these powers and here we go, and we can. And then I was kind of disappointed in that too. We got to that point in the movie and they both get powers and they get their suits, and then their big bad is just like wham wham and he's done, and he was nothing. He's just a businessman. He was nothing, right? Like I thought he trained with their dad, but like they just annihilate. Like there's not even a problem, right? Barely an inconvenience.
Super easy, barely an inconvenience.
Right.
So it's a movie.
It's a movie. It's definitely a movie.
It's a movie.
Fair enough. So if you guys haven't get to watch it, again, it's free on YouTube. Double Dragon. Check that one out. And what are we going to be renting for this weekend?
Well, do we rate this movie?
Oh yeah, I forgot the rating. Here we go. Jeez, I'd hate to give it a 1, but I'll go 2.
You can give it a 1.5.
I'll go 2. I'll be nice. 2 out of 5. What do you got? Who's next?
I'm gonna go probably. If the movie was over in 40 minutes and it was like a made-for-TV movie, and like that extra 20 minutes, so it was like an hour long, and there was like 20 minutes of commercials, maybe it'd be a little bit better. But because that's not the case, I'll probably stick to a 2 as well. The music was pretty cool.
Okay.
And the vehicles.
I'm trying to think, like, is there if I had this one and anything else, which one would I pick? And I'm like, is there something that I guess there's some pretty bad movies out there. This isn't the worst movie. I'll go 2 as well. It's not the worst, but it's definitely not the best.
Like if it was more worse, I think it would lean into that it's so bad it's good area with some movies where you're like, okay, it's just a train wreck, but you watch it because it's a train wreck. But this is like on the line.
I don't know why, but like if I had to pick between like the Will Ferrell kicking and screaming movie where he's like,
oh, that movie's great,
or this love that one, movie. I would pick this one. I would like that's where I'm at. I would rather watch this over Kicking and Screaming.
Oh, I loved Kicking and Screaming. That was such a good movie.
Fair enough.
All right.
Now what are we getting into next week then?
Next week we are gonna go with a Sega Genesis game. Back to video games, guys. We're gonna go with Strider on Sega Genesis. Look at that artwork. 8 mega memory.
Not even 8. I feel like it should say 8 megs of memory, not 8 mega memory. Sounds weird.
No, I mean, it's before the time.
On Strider is mega.
It's mega.
It was before bytes.
So this one does play similar to the arcade version, whereas the NES version of Strider, they went a different route with it. So this is more like a beat 'em up style, I would say.
And this version you could also play on the Nintendo Switch online.
Oh, if you have the online. Okay.
So if you don't have the game and you're looking for a way to play, don't emulate, and you got a Switch,
there you go.
Play it there.
Cool. All right. That wraps it up.